ready for breakfast? What? Good girl. Andy, what are you doing? Protein coffee to start the morning. As always, call me crazy because I am actually going to meet a friend for coffee this morning in like 25 minutes, but I still wanted my protein coffee. So I think I'm just gonna order decaf when I go have coffee with her. But anyways, good morning. Welcome back to the vlog. Let's go finish getting ready and go get some coffee. Okay, just got done with a very windy walk. There was like a window of like 45 minutes where it wasn't supposed to rain, and I was like, I'm taking this opportunity, getting my walk in for the day. So had my coffee, got my walk in. I ended up getting the cinnamon bun latte, and this is delicious. Like definitely one of my favorite coffees I've had here. I still have like half of it left. I did get decaf so that I don't end up over caffeinated. I also went ahead and packed my overnight oats. I'm gonna just go straight to the gym from here, so packed these to have before my leg day. These are pumpkin pie overnight oats. I, for some reason, have been struggling with the recipe and just like getting the consistency right with these. So this is my first one of this batch, and I'm really hoping that I got it right this time. I will say the consistency of these looks a lot better than my last batch, so let's see how they are. These are pretty good. These are definitely the best ones I've made. I feel like they need maybe just a little bit more pumpkin, a little bit more spice, and then they'll be perfect, but we're getting there. I'm gonna go ahead and eat these really quickly and then head to the gym and get a workout in. Hello you guys, it's a little bit later. Home from the gym. I also stopped at Trader Joe's on the way home just to pick up a few things that we needed. But I feel like I didn't do like a proper intro this morning. I just like was still half asleep, and I felt like my brain has been like buffering all day. I don't know what's going on. But anyways, happy October. I hope you're having a great week whenever you're seeing this. This gloomy, gross weather has me in such a like cozy mood. I just want to like curl up on the couch under a blanket and have all the fall candles lit. That's the vibe I'm feeling. So I figured we could do a little fall vlog with some fun fall things. This was kind of inspired. I'm planning on doing like a fall favorites video for Instagram and YouTube today. So I figured I would show you guys my fall favorites on here as well. And then I also am planning on I made this really good fall recipe last week. They were these pumpkin spice date bites, and they're delicious. So I'm gonna make another batch of those this afternoon. I figured I'd show you guys the process. I will of course have the recipe in the description box as well. And then I'm going to Raleigh tomorrow for a little fall hair refresh, which I'm very excited about. I haven't even decided exactly what I'm doing yet. All I know is that my hair desperately needs to be cut. The dead ends are so bad. Just, you know what, don't even look at them. So yeah, anyways, welcome back to the vlog. Let's get to making these date bites, and then we'll do some fall favorites in a little bit. All right, everything we need for our date bites. Number one, obviously some dates. These are the last of the dates that I have right now. I didn't realize I was so close to being out. I don't know how many are in here, but I think I might just make the rest of them. So I've got my Julie's dates here. You need some pumpkin puree, not pumpkin pie spice, just pumpkin puree. Some of this cashew butter. You can use any nut butter you want, but I feel like this stuff, it gives it the best consistency, and also the cashew butter isn't too overpowering, so you really get the pumpkin flavor. You need some pumpkin pie spice, some of this is optional, but some of this bourbon vanilla bean paste from Trader Joe's, a little bit of sea salt, and then for topping, we've got some of these, I don't know, is it whatever, some of these dark chocolate baking chips, some coconut oil, and then some pecans. Okay, got all my dates open and ready for filling. Now in a separate bowl, I'm gonna go ahead and make my little cashew butter pumpkin pie mixture. First thing, I'm gonna do 2 tablespoons of my cashew butter here. And then I'm also gonna do 2 tablespoons of my pumpkin puree. I would say I'm making these heaping tablespoons. Next, I'm gonna do probably like, I don't know, the smallest bit of this vanilla bean paste, maybe like half a teaspoon if I had to guess. A little bit of this stuff definitely goes a long way. A pretty healthy sprinkle of pumpkin pie spice and also a sprinkle of some sea salt. I'll just kind of like crush these sea salt flakes up with my fingers. Okay, and that's all of our ingredients for the filling. I'm just gonna go ahead and take my spoon and mix all this together. Once it's mixed, it should look kind of like a pumpkin pie filling consistency. Perfection. I will say the first time I made these, I was a little concerned because if you taste this filling just like this, it's not super sweet, but you honestly want it that way because you definitely get a lot of sweetness from the dates, and then you also get sweetness from the chocolate on top. So it's actually kind of a nice balance to have a filling that's like not overly sweet. Now I'm just gonna take this and put a little spoonful in each of my dates. Okay, well, they're not the prettiest batch, but I know they're gonna taste good. Dates are filled. Now, last step, I have a little bowl here. I'm gonna add some of my chocolate and coconut oil to this and melt that down, and then we'll drizzle the chocolate on top of all the dates. You really don't have to do very much coconut oil to thin the chocolate out just a little bit. I would say maybe like half a teaspoon of coconut oil. Baking and cooking and recipes in general is always a very approximate science in this house. All right, chocolate is ready. Now it's time to drizzle. Okay, almost done. Last thing, I'm gonna throw some of these chopped up pecans on top for a little crunch. I definitely could have chopped these up a little bit smaller, but that's okay. Okay, perfection. Now I'm just gonna transfer these to a plate really quickly and pop them in the freezer just for like 10 or 15 minutes to let the chocolate harden. Okay, our dates are ready. These look beautiful. Like I said, I just let these sit in the freezer for like 10 minutes, just long enough for the chocolate to get hard. And then you can store these in the fridge and they definitely stay good for a few days. Last time I made these, I ate all of them in like less than 24 hours, but they definitely would stay good in the fridge if you ended up making like a bigger batch of them. I think I wanna have one as a little afternoon treat, so I'm gonna cut one in half. Look how good that looks. All right. That was still a really big bite. Like I said, I think it's actually perfect that this filling isn't too overly sweet because I feel like you get a really good balance of the sweetness from the dates and the chocolate and then the not as sweet filling. But the filling obviously gives it that pumpkin spice flavor and it's just so yummy. Perfect little fall sweet treat. Okay, let's talk about some fall favorites, shall we? I have lots of good stuff sitting in front of me. I feel like I could honestly make like 5 parts to this video because there's just so many things that I love for the season of fall, but these are just some of the things I've been loving and using a lot this season. I seriously can't believe it's already October. It's just crazy. Christmas is gonna be here before we know it and I'm gonna be filming a like Christmas favorites video. I don't know. Anyways, okay, starting out with like food and home type stuff. I could also make an entire video talking about like just food favorites because there are so many fall foods that I love, but I pulled just 2 that I feel like are two of my all-time favorite fall foods. Okay, starting with the Chobani pumpkin spice creamer. I think I've tried like almost every pumpkin spice creamer on the market. And I do have to say, I think this is the best one. If you can have dairy, I know there are lots of good non-dairy options as well. This one is a dairy creamer, but it's the perfect blend between pumpkin and spice. I don't feel like either of those two components is like overpowering the other. It's perfect, and I love using this for pumpkin spice lattes and in protein coffee, of course. And then the other thing you could probably guess, because I never shut up about these, the Trader Joe's pumpkin blondie brownies with white chocolate chips and pecans. If you get one thing from Trader Joe's this season as like a seasonal fall item, please let it be these. I went and got more today because I have one basically every single day. A few other kitchen favorites, of course, I have to include my Anthropologie glasses. I use these all the time. I think it's so fun having like little seasonal things like this to look forward to and to just like rotate through depending on the time of the year. This one's from last year. Most of my cups are from last year, but I have, I think 3 or 4. And then they also came out with these new little to-go ones this year, which I think is really cute. So I have the pumpkin one, and I just like putting my protein coffee in here in the mornings. Next, I of course have to talk about the Miss Meyer's fall scents. These are so good. I stockpile them every year to try to like be able to use them for as long as I can. The acorn spice is my all-time favorite, and then this is the apple cider that smells really good too. I have this is the dish soap counter spray, and then she also makes hand soaps as well, but they just smell amazing. And then the other home thing, I think I've talked about these before too, but these are the Target salted honey candles. They're from the Hearth and Hand Magnolia collection, and they just smell so good. They're like sweet and warm, and they're the perfect fall candle. I also just love the little like container itself. It's the perfect little decor piece. Okay, moving on to clothing and such. I have another perfume to add to my collection of vanilla perfumes. That's definitely the scent profile that I gravitate towards. And this is the Ellis Brooklyn Vanilla Salt perfume. It's a very like warm, cozy scent, and I feel like just perfect for this time of year. So this has been my go-to the last few weeks. I also have to talk about my Tecovas Charlie boots. I will say, I'm so sorry, these are sold out right now. I've heard they're potentially doing a restock, and I really hope they are, because they're just like the perfect pair of boots in my opinion. I love that they're like kind of Western, but not too Western, so that I can wear them with anything. I have definitely gotten my money's worth out of these since I purchased them. I think they've come on every trip that I've been on since I bought these. I also just recently got them branded, which I'm obsessed with. But these just go with everything, and I feel like are a perfect like capsule wardrobe pair of shoes for the fall. I love like the sweater with either shorts or skirt combo, and boots like this are perfect to wear with that. It also doesn't have to be these boots specifically, but just like any boot of this style is what I'm talking about. Now moving on to clothing, I need to talk about this Amazon sweater. When like the second that it turned September, I went and got this out of my like winter clothing, because this is just, it's my favorite sweater of all time. And I think this was like $30 off of Amazon. I got it last year, and for the price, it's extremely high quality. It's the perfect like oversized cozy sweater. You can dress it up, you can dress it down, wear it with sweatpants, or like I said, you could wear it with like a skirt and boots too. I've worn this so many times. I've also washed it several times, and it's held up really well. Sorry, I feel like I'm not doing a very good job of like actually showing it on camera, but I don't know. I just love it. I'm definitely gonna get it in another color this year, because I truly wear it all the time. And if you can't tell by just the fact that I feel like I'm wearing them in every single one of my videos, I also live in the Daily Drill's oversized crew necks. I just love crew necks in general, but these specifically are also the perfect like amount of oversized, if that makes sense. They're oversized enough without like feeling like I'm drowning in them. I get the small, medium, and I feel like those are oversized enough, whereas typically if I want something really oversized, I'm like sizing up to a large. Anyways, that's besides the point. I have a brown one, this burgundy one, and then also a gray one, and they're just perfect for throwing on over literally anything. I will say these are a little bit more expensive, but I like to girl math it as far as like cost per wear goes, and I wear these so often that I definitely get my money's worth out of them. And last few things are from Aritzia. These are 2 of the Aritzia like fleece Sherpa vests. Another thing, especially like here in Wilmington, it doesn't actually get cold until, I don't know, probably November, December. So a lot of the time I'm wearing like a thinner long sleeve top, but just like to make it feel like fall, I like to throw a vest on. And these are perfect. They go with everything. They're super cute. I have the brown and the gray and I love them. They do also have actual like full-sized like long sleeve pullovers, and I have one or two of those as well. And when it gets colder, I will definitely be wearing those a lot as well. And last but not least, I know I've talked about these before too, but the Aritzia Lodge pants, I have them in like a lighter off-white color, but I recently got the navy and the brown satin, and I feel like these pants are just like the perfect pair of pants to add to like a fall capsule wardrobe. They're another piece that you can dress up or dress down, and I just love them so much. They're so good. So yeah, those are some of my current fall favorites. Like I said, it doesn't actually like get cold or probably really even like feel like fall here until November. I actually don't know. This is our first fall living here. But I'm not gonna complain. I personally am not a fan of cold weather. I would be very content if it like never went below freezing. If I never saw snow, I would not be bothered by that. But I like to find little things here and there to make our house feel cozy and like fall, because I do love the fall vibes. I just don't like the cold weather. And also obviously find little things I can incorporate into my wardrobe to make it like a fall wardrobe without it being too warm, if that makes sense. I was so excited at Costco yesterday. I saw that they already had the cranberry fizz poppy. This is maybe the best poppy flavor ever, either this one or whatever the one they came out with this summer was that was like fruit punch flavored, but this is definitely one of my all-time favorites. I know it's literally only October, but I am not complaining. We'll just get in the Christmas spirit a little bit early. Okay, let's cook dinner. Wait, did you change it?
No.
This is on YouTube? It was on YouTube. A super quick and easy little fall pasta. I ended up just using some of this autumn harvest creamy pasta sauce from Trader Joe's. This is so good if you haven't tried it. And then just regular pasta. I was gonna try to do a combination of regular pasta and spaghetti squash, but I couldn't find spaghetti squash at Trader Joe's this morning. So we just went with regular pasta, some lean ground beef, zucchini, Parmesan, and that's pretty much it. This was super easy. Took less than half an hour. Let's do a little taste test. I love that pasta sauce. You definitely taste like a little bit of pumpkin and butternut squash in there. And it's so good.
Well, I don't think a dinking brain is any less worrisome than a pinging brain. You got me there.
All right, hello, it's the next day. We made it to Raleigh. I'm getting my hair done here in a little bit, but I stopped at Target because a few days ago I went to our Target in Wilmington and I really wanted to get a few more of the Hearth and Hand fall candles, the ones that I showed y'all in my little fall favorites yesterday. And our Target in Wilmington was totally sold out, and unfortunately, the Target here is totally sold out too. So my guess is they're phasing out their fall candles and gonna start bringing in their Christmas candles, which is crazy. I'll have to try to make the ones that I have last. But I am so freaking excited to get my hair done. I think I might have said this yesterday, but I actually haven't had my hair done since February. And I think that's literally the longest I have ever gone without getting my hair recolored or cut. The ends are so bad. I don't even know how it happened, but I also swear that like one side is just longer than the other right now. I truly don't know. So if nothing else, I'm getting a hair trim. I really haven't decided what I want to do color-wise. I have a few things pulled up on Pinterest. I used to like love blonde and I wanted to be platinum blonde all the time, but I've been loving my natural hair color, and that's like all this up here. My hair is actually pretty dark naturally, but I feel like I've gone full brunette before. We've had this conversation, I know, but I went full brunette like 2 years ago. Didn't love it. I think I still want some dimension, so I like having a little bit of blonde just to like have that dimension. But I don't really know why I'm like getting the itch to, and you guys are probably like, Morgan, no, don't do it. But I have an itch to put like just the tiniest bit of red in my hair, not orange, but red, like a deeper, more like auburn red. I had this picture taken in New York. Let me see if I can find it really quick. I think it was just like something about the lighting and the building behind me, whatever it was, it kind of made my hair look just like the slightest bit red. And I was like, wait a second, I actually like really like this. Hang on, I'm looking for it. This picture right here, I don't know if you can see it very well, but my hair looks just a little bit red and I really like it. I'm gonna talk to Kennedy, my hair girl. Love her to death. She's been doing my hair for like 4 years now, and she is definitely like, if I tell her that and she thinks it's a bad idea, she will just be like, Morgan, no, we're not doing that. So I trust her judgment. We'll see what she says. But yeah, I am very excited. I'm actually meeting my friend who lives here for lunch really quickly. I think we're gonna go to Chopped, surprise, surprise, and then we'll go get our hair done. You're gonna think I'm crazy.
Okay.
I was just saying to Alex, I was like, at least I know Kennedy well enough that if it's a really bad idea, she'll just like tell me no.
Yeah.
Okay. I like the natural, like darker up here. I've been loving the dark, and I feel like everyone, especially the last like month, it's really started to look darker, and I like it.
I like it.
I know I'm never going like full brunette again, but okay. Without the face framing, I don't want the face framing.
It's
a little bit of red.
Yeah, it's a little too red. I think you'd freak out.
Really? Okay, because these are the Pinterest pictures.
Oh gosh, they're gonna be even more red.
They are. No, they are. Struggling to find a picture of exactly what I was wanting, but I almost just want like, I don't want red hair. I almost want to like just like bring some warmth in to like give it maybe a little bit more of like a warmer, redder undertone.
Yes,
I don't know if that's
think
possible.
that like yes,
I want to keep the
doing
dimension.
like a low light with like a warmish, like reddish kind of brown would be okay.
Okay, because like
you don't want to shift
like,
your natural.
That's true.
I mean, it's so pretty. Have you ever had red hair?
No.
Like at all?
Nope. See, this is why I just wanted to see what you had to say. I feel like most of the time people are always like, you know, like with the purple shampoo and like wanting like the silver blonde, but I always gravitate more towards like the warmer,
a warmer tone, which I totally agree with.
And I love the dark. I do. I feel more myself when it's darker. I'm so happy with like, even if we went a little bit darker.
Yes.
Keep the dimension with some of the blonde. Yeah. Make it a little bit warmer. Yeah. I did want to like, I don't know, people talk about how fall is like local summer in Wilmington. Yeah. I'm kind of sad because I feel like I've missed a lot of it just because we've been gone and busy. So I want to at least have some time to just enjoy being there before it gets cold. And we can, literally starting today, we can bring our dog on the beach again. So we'll have to take her out there. Some type of leather.
I'm like, you got it out.
I was like, this Kennedy, she's literally the best.
Yes, that
not red, but like definitely a warmth. That's what I was going for.
I love it.
And no more money pieces.
Look, they're all gone.
They're all gone, and no more grown out money pieces. Love it. And I know I say it every time, but if you could just come to my house every morning and curl my hair, that would be great.
I would love that.
Thank you so much. You seriously will have to let me know next time you're out there.
I will. I'll let you know.
All right, made it home. Final hair reveal. I wanted to just wait till I got home because I knew the lighting was going to be better here, and I also wanted to avoid the Raleigh rush hour traffic. I am so happy with how it turned out. I honestly, and I sent a few pictures to my friend because she was asking how it turned out. I feel like it looks different in every lighting. Like when I was in my car afterwards, it still kind of looked more blonde, but then I took some pictures walking out and it looked really dark. And then in some lights, it definitely has a lot more warmth and like redness to it, which I love. Kennedy's just the best. If you're in Raleigh or in the Raleigh area, go see her. She does such a good job. She's been doing my hair for like 4 years, so we just like know each other well enough at this point. I'm kind of glad she steered me away from doing more red than what I did because I can always add more later, but it's a lot harder to take it out. So I'm so happy with how it turned out. It also feels really good to just have my ends cleaned up a little bit. But yeah, I love the way she was able to, I know she did some low lights and she was able to add some like more copper tones and warmth without putting any like actual red in my hair, and I am so happy. So very glad that I made the trip over to Raleigh. It's always worth it just to go see her. All right, hello you guys. It's a few days later. We are actually about to head out on a little date night. This is my outfit. We're going to a pumpkin patch, and I figured since this vlog is for all things fall, I would bring you guys along. I am very excited. This isn't just any pumpkin patch. This is actually a beach pumpkin patch. So it's on the beach. It's actually down in Carolina Beach at the Carolina Beach Pier, I believe. But I've seen so many pictures from like the past few years and it looks so cute. And it's just like the perfect combo of like coastal but fall at the same time. And I'm very excited. I just got my little ruffle shorts on, white t-shirt, and then this is a barn jacket from Free People that I absolutely love. And of course my Tacovas. But it's gonna be fun. Hopefully we get some cute pumpkins, maybe a few cute pictures too. And I was wanting to get there kind of like right around sunset because I think it's going to be really pretty just because it's on the beach. So we actually like really need to get going. I'm passenger princessing tonight. I somehow have only been down to Carolina Beach one time since we've moved here, and I always forget that it takes like half an hour to get down there. But anyways, funny story about pumpkin patches. Cole and I's first date was actually to a pumpkin patch back when we were like 16 years old, and I had no idea that Cole was planning on paying for my pumpkin that I picked out. So naturally, I decided that I wanted to pick out the biggest, most expensive pumpkin in the entire patch. So Cole ended up paying for probably like a $60 or $70 pumpkin. It was actually gigantic. Is that when you knew I was a keeper? Or is that when you knew I was high maintenance?
Planning on getting another large pumpkin tonight?
I don't know. We'll have to see which one speaks to me.
You're stronger than what you were then, so you could
Yeah,
lift a heavier pumpkin.
I could get like a 50-pound pumpkin if I wanted to. I was saying we also need to get Indy a cute little pumpkin too. We haven't decided if we're gonna paint pumpkins or what we're gonna do, but we'll see.
You gotta get a suitcase pumpkin, 55
What
pounds.
is that?
They'll be your suitcases.
Okay. Ended up being not quite what we thought it was gonna be. It was really cute. Like, we had a good time, but it was a little chaotic. There were so many people there. I kind of thought going on a Sunday night it wasn't going to be that busy, but I was mistaken. Also, the wind was blowing like 200 miles an hour the entire time we were there, and there weren't very many pumpkins left, but it's okay. We still had a good time. At least we went and we saw it. We did get a few pumpkins, and if nothing else, they're going to be some cute front porch decor. So yeah, that was our little excursion for the evening. Now we are ending the night, and I'm going to end off this vlog with the first bone broth hot chocolate of the season. If you're newer here, last year, or like back in the winter, I was doing bone broth hot chocolate every single night, but then once the weather warmed up, it just didn't feel seasonally appropriate. But we are back on our bone broth hot chocolate, and I'm so excited. There's definitely different ways you can make it, but figured I would show you guys the little concoction that I like to make. Hopefully I like remember the recipe and the proportions correctly, because it's been a few months. I'm gonna start out with like 2-ish cups of unsweetened vanilla almond milk. You could also totally use like Fairlife if you wanted to add even more protein to this. I just like using almond milk, and this is actually gonna be for 2 servings. So if you're making just 1 serving, maybe cut this in half. And I'm gonna go ahead and put this right in my pot. It would probably be good if I turned the burner on. After that, we need our bone broth. This stuff is so good. You can get it off Amazon. You can also order it off the Paleo Valley website, but this is just their chocolate bone broth protein powder. If you haven't heard of bone broth, there are so many benefits to it. It's like a superfood basically, but there is protein in it. So it's just a good way to get some extra protein in. And I just do 2 like heaping scoops of this. Next, this step is very important if you really want it to be like super rich and chocolatey. This specific cocoa powder, it's the Ghirardelli 100% cocoa powder. I don't know, it's so good. And I feel like I've tried several, and this one definitely makes it come out like the richest and the most chocolatey. So this is what I stick with. And I do like 2 heaping tablespoons of this cocoa powder. And then kind of optional, but I do like to add a pretty healthy dash of cinnamon. I don't know what it is, but I feel like adding just a little bit of spice definitely makes a difference. And last but not least, again, also kind of optional, but because it's hot chocolate, I like want it to be pretty sweet. So I do add like probably just 1 dropper full of this liquid stevia. Adds just a little bit of sweetness to make it like really taste like hot chocolate. This is what we're working with. Okay, and then obviously no hot chocolate is complete without a little bit of whipped cream on top, or a lot of whipped cream. I like to use this coconut Ready Whip. It's so good. All right, and that's it. Super easy, takes like 5 minutes. It's time for a taste test now. Yep, just as good as I remember. This is definitely gonna be a staple for us for the fall and winter. All right, well, I'm gonna go hang out on the couch, enjoy my hot chocolate, and then get to bed early so we can start the week with a good night's sleep. But thank you guys for watching. I'll make sure to put the recipes for the bone broth hot chocolate and also the pumpkin spice dates that I made in the description box. And I'll see y'all in next week's vlog. Bye.